I am so
It is.
sorry. My Google just crashed. Couldn't
Well,
do
we're back up
anything.
now. Apparently, the last thing that people heard was me say vaginal odor because we were talking about Danielle and Muhammad.
If that don't bring them back, nothing will. I mean, come on. If that does not bring in the crowd, nothing is going to do it. Oh my God, I can't believe I crashed that hard. I mean, I couldn't get anything. All right,
Hi.
come on.
Are we all back
Hey
now?
guys, I'm
Yeah, I'm here.
sorry. Hey, I'm sorry. It crashed. It crashed bad.
That's okay.
I was gonna try to screen share. I know not to do that. Welcome back, my little loves in chat. I am sorry.
Hello,
My
everyone. So we had
Google-
we were in the. I think we had
Sassy
done.
left
We had
off.
finished with Fernanda and Jonathan, right? We were moving on to another
Okay,
couple.
all right. All right, so yeah, I like to do this in order of. It did, Teresa. I'm thinking it's Google. Yeah. Hey, Hazel. My cat Diesel. Hi. I'm thinking that I go from like who I want to punch least to who I want to kick most. So, Jonathan, excuse me. Let me. All right, Kalani and what's his face?
Asuelu.
Asuelo. Oh God, they're treating him like he's 10.
Well,
But
what
he's
bothers
also
me the
acting
most,
like
and
he's
this
10.
is coming from someone who's familiar with the culture, what bothers me the most is that they are so Americanized that they do not even give. She doesn't even give him a chance at all. Like she does not understand that some people, when they get really upset or when there's fighting, they do go quiet and they go away so that they can collect themselves and then talk about it later.
Yeah.
And that's more mature to do. You know, she thinks that they should just hammer everything out right then whenever she wants to talk about something, that's what they should do. And that's not always a good plan.
All right, well, let me tell you, when he came off that plane and acted a fool in the middle of that damn airport, that's when I would have turned around and said, I got to go. But, you know, there's been stories have come out, and I don't know if y'all subscribe to that auntie woman who I just found the other day.
Oh.
I mean, if you would read side stories about these people,
yeah,
like I could catch up right now. The woman, like, so what's his face? I don't know. I can't.
Asuelu.
All right, Asuelu got all right. So he's a woman, and then Kalani came, and then this woman came back, and then Kalani came back, and so he was having sex with both of these women. Then, because he was like the like he coordinated events at the hotel they stayed in.
Mm-hmm.
So then he got into and Kalani has said that he actually put his hands on her when she was pregnant, and that he was fired from the job at the hotel because he got into a physical altercation with another female that worked there, and they were both fired. So this kid ain't firing on all cylinders.
Okay, so here's something, just so you know. Okay. In that culture, they're very different from us in that way, Shannon. Now, I'm not saying that it's the norm, but here, okay, there was a Tongan ward of the Mormon Church. They actually had to have a meeting with the Tongans who had come over from Tonga. They actually had to have a sit-down meeting with them that putting your hands on each other is not okay. And that was mostly for the females. That was mostly for the females, for the women, because they attack the men.
Good for
and
them.
then the men strike back. No, it's not good for either of them.
It's just.
But I will say, my ex-husband, his mom, at one point I was waiting with her for him and he was taking longer than I wanted him to, and she knew that. So she's trying to put my head in her lap and like rub my shoulders and stuff. And when he finally did come, when he got out of the car, she ran over and smacked him in the head. And that was
Oh,
for making me wait. So
damn.
she was like, you made her wait, you made her upset. And she's hit him in the head, like slapped him in the head. I mean, it's
Yeah.
so you have to, so everything when we're looking at these other countries, it's not like necessarily like it is here. So in some way, we have to take that into
Well,
consideration.
yeah, you do. If Kalani had moved to Samoa, you would. But this dingleberry doesn't have moved over here.
What I'm saying is,
Um,
if he got into it with someone that he worked with, there's no
yeah.
guarantee that she didn't start it.
Well, he knows, and also Kalani is the one that's saying he pushed her while she was pregnant. So she already knew he was one effing around on her. Two, he pushed her. I looking at her daddy, I wouldn't push her. I mean, I don't know. You know, when that daddy stared him down a couple of weeks ago, you know, that little dude looked scared, and I don't blame him.
Okay, but at the same time, I don't necessarily, I'm looking at Asuelu, the way that he behaves, and he very much just shuts down and goes away.
He really does.
So it doesn't really make sense
that.
that he would go at someone, because he very much just completely shuts down into like, you can't see anything. Like, he's not sitting there raging, like he's just completely like someone unplugged him. You know what I mean? Like,
Kalani and her sister, they're very overbearing.
yes.
That way. This guy has come over. He doesn't know one thing about a baby at all. And you're expecting him to float in and know exactly what to do. No, he's not going to. You know, does he do stupid things? Does he not realize the baby could put things in its mouth? You know, yeah, I guess. I don't know. He's young and he's never had a child.
Okay, so I think there's a different culture there, because I'm sure that he's been around babies. They're all interchange babies in the family.
Well, he don't
okay,
act like
so
he's
like
ever seen one in his life.
So like they all interchange babies. There's babies all over. Everyone takes care of each other's babies and stuff like that. He comes from a culture where they don't monitor everything like that. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah. I'm trying to think back to when I was a first time parent, and because Kalani is and it doesn't seem to be any more grandchildren around. So I think when with my first daughter, I mean, yeah, I probably was like that. I you know, with hyper vigilant.
Yes.
But she is hyper vigilant over this man and this baby. She's got to be tired. And then this sister is not help. And he tries to throw out these little one-liners that he thinks are funny, and they're not funny. Like, you know, my baby's white and his mom's American. And I mean, when that came out of his mouth, I was like, what? What? You know, he has said some things that I think he was kidding about, and they're all like, you know, grabbing their pearls and shit. I don't know. And I feel sorry for him, quite frankly, because they putting him through the damn ringer. What do you, girl?
You saw the part where when she was all upset that he doesn't talk and that she's mad, and that he goes to like hold her at night and she doesn't want to be held because she's mad. Right?
She's a bitch.
But you saw that part, right?
I did. Yeah.
And he actually cried, because in their culture that happens. Men cry. It's not a thing. And because he was upset, and he's explaining to her, I still love you and I still want to hold you and stuff like that. And that's the way their culture is. When you love someone and you're in a relationship with them, just because you're mad, you don't withhold affection and stuff like that. You can be mad at someone and still love them.
Yeah.
and still be
Oh,
loving towards them.
Kim Bailey said, "Oh my God, my first, I had to make sure his pacifier matched his clothes. By the time the fourth one came, he was lucky if his shoes matched." That is so. Iridium, how do you feel about Salami and
Asuelu.
Asuelu and Kalanick?
So I am not up to date on season 6. However, I have seen some of these couples, and I think he should run away.
Thank you.
I don't
do
think
too.
this is good for him.
It's not. It's not. I don't like her. I don't. I mean, no, I don't like her. Sorry, I don't like her.
No,
I don't like her. I think she's oh, she is. She's a lot to take. That's all I'm gonna say. She's a lot to take. But you know, the poor guy who's just, like I said, young. He's never been off that island. And
that's the biggest thing, is that he's an islander. He's an islander. He's never been off the island. They do things completely. What makes me mad is that her dad is Samoan and has embraced Americanism so much that she has no clue what he's coming through from being Samoan, even though her father came from Samoa. Like, there's no remnants of the culture that she's been around that she kind of understands at all. Nothing.
I would agree with that. When he walked into that grocery store, he was in another world.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was like, this is ridiculous. Because he said, I would just go outside and kill a chicken if I want a chicken. I'd go kill it. Now, he did say it takes 5 minutes to choke a chicken. He did say that. And I thought, why don't you just wring its neck? It'll be done real quick. But, yeah, the choke a chicken was pretty funny. But, yeah, he was absolutely, and like when she said, oh, look, coconuts, he said, that's a coconut. You know, he has not seen this shit. So
well, no, because the grocery store's there. You go in and there's certain things that you can buy, but there's a market that's separate, and that's an outdoor market. And that's where vegetables and things like that are. And they have their own animals that they slaughter when they want meat. That's just the way that it is. They don't go to a grocery store and buy pork chops. They don't do that.
All right.
So it's a whole different world.
I have to move on to Ashley and Jay. God bless America. Ashley and Jay. Ashley's the 20-year-old from Jamaica, and Ashley is the doe-eyed 30-some-year-old from I don't know where.
Jay's the 20-year-old from Jamaica, yeah.
She looks like she has no idea where she is half the time. Those big doe eyes. And I want to put her in a headlock. So, and let me tell you this. She acts like she's never dated a black man before. But if you go online, there are several photos of her with different black men that she has dated from different parts of the country. Jay is not the first one she met, you know, while she was quote unquote vacationing. She's done that. Hey, Hazel, this is not the first black man she's ever met. So this week,
I do think that this is the first time that she's gotten hate the way that she has, though.
Oh, putting it on, I don't understand. I guess she put a registry up and
a wedding page, yeah, for her wedding, like the whole page, like where it's gonna be and all that.
And they started with some horrible things. And you know, watching Jay does not need to be married. Number one, and all those sweet men in that barbershop are like, "Don't do it, don't do it." But Jay is 20. And I don't know. Are things so bad in Jamaica that you have to do that to get here? I don't understand. I don't understand it. I don't understand.
No. And see, that's the thing. There's a big pullback from me on 90 Day Fiance because everyone thinks that everyone's trying to get to America. He was fine in Jamaica. He's fine to go back there. He had plenty of money. He had great things going on in Jamaica. So it's not for him. He could leave at any time, and go back and be totally fine. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
he needs
Is that
to.
a hard
I know he
thing?
does. They're packing to go to Vegas, and her friend bangs on the door. I can't wait to see what that's about. But actually, this week, photos surfaced of her and Jay's wedding in Jamaica.
What?
So, yes,
I have not seen that.
Google it. I'll Google it. She looks beautiful, but they're in Jamaica 100%. And she's in her wedding dress, and they're taking photos, and it looks like there's a reception. Somebody on Instagram busted those out, and I can't remember the person's name, but it was
Well,
like,
they may have done a thing where they went to Vegas to get married here and then also have a wedding in Jamaica so his family and stuff could see one and be
that
there.
could very well be. But this woman has got children. All right, she's got 2 small children.
Ashley does?
Yes. Oh, yes. You didn't know
What?
that, did you? Yes. Busted. That's 2 little children. They're little.
Oh
Where
my
the
goodness,
hell?
I had no idea.
From
Yeah,
where?
so Google Jay and Ashley. There's a picture of him with her children. They have big, the things covering their faces. Little boy and
Right.
a little girl. The girl's older than the boy, but it was they were taken around. It's Halloween because they were dressed up. So where?
Are they her kids?
Yeah, they're hers. Because it said how it explains how Jay gets along with his stepchildren. I'm sure he does. They
Wow.
like the same things. They like the same things. Pokemon, video games, easy bake ovens. I'm sure that they get along swimmingly with them.
Okay,
give me a break.
So here's I understand if Ashley didn't want them to be part of the show,
I wanted to.
but to not
keep
even
your ass at
mention them.
home. Keep your ass at home. You flying here, there, and everywhere. You went back to Jamaica and y'all just pull over the road and have sex. That's what she said. I didn't. That's her out of her mouth. Now she's flown this moron back. And hey, Tawana. And now they're going to Vegas. And then they ended up going back to Jamaica. Where are her damn kids? I don't know what she does
Probably
for
with
a
the
living
father.
either. I guess. But if I'm the dad, I'm like, bitch, you having a damn vacation every other week to get married, get it done. I got a life too, bitch. Flying all over the damn country.
Yeah, but I see that as if he's involved and he spends just as much time with them, maybe they have that good working relationship where they can be with their father or be with their mother, and it's not a.
She needs to adopt Jay, not marry. She needs to adopt Jay, not marry him. Because just adopt his ass. I'm telling you, I can't. I can't with that girl. They have these soirees all over town, all over the country for like these reality stuff, quote unquote reality stuff. If she's ever near me, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pay $10 to whip her ass.
If she's 20, she must make pretty good money.
31, 32. He's 20.
Oh, she's 31. Okay.
He's the older one, yeah. And this big old friend comes up and starts banging on her door. I thought it was the police when I was watching it.
I thought she was early 20s.
No, Jay
I just assumed, though. I didn't look her up or pay much attention when they announced her.
Yeah, 31, 32, something like that. Old enough to know about him, quite frankly. I don't even know. Okay, can we get to these? Oh, my God. This Steven and Olga.
Oh, God. Steven drives me crazy because he is so completely immature still.
Well, I know. She is nursing this child and has had a C-section. And he says, hey, Janie, I tried to tell people about our new community of wieners. They don't believe me, but I've given them all the planes so they can go see. So
we believe you. We just got to catch up. Little
Steven, who was left by his parents, raised by his grandparents. He's such a victim.
Is he not the biggest control freak ever?
Well, she grew up in an orphanage in Russia. Olga did.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to talk about somebody who has a right to throw the victim card out there, I would pick
It's her.
Olga, Eddie,
Yeah.
just on her background. We're not even talking about nursing a baby and having your guts cut open. But
But
when he
notice
said,
that she doesn't. She doesn't play that card ever.
no, I don't know why. I mean, I love Olga. I think she is. They got into, obviously, they, didn't think very clearly as 20-year-old children don't. And, had sex without any condom. And she showed back up, pregnant. And I admire him that he went over there
Yes.
I admire what he did.
Absolutely.
And his method, though, is, you're nursing the baby, you're never glad to see me. Obviously, you've never, a baby nurses every 2 hours. No, motherfucker, I'm not glad to see you.
What's most telling?
This fucking kid won't get off my tit, and I'm not
is
happy
he
to
thinks
see
that
you
she
either.
should get up and come and come and run over and greet him. And there's a newborn and she's just had a C-section, and he thinks that is illustrative of their entire relationship.
Yeah, you used to be glad to see me. Yeah, I used to not have my gut cut open and a kid hanging off my tit. We were at the beach. I love seeing you at the beach. So I wanted to. So he's taking a lot of heat on Instagram, though. And so the way they're setting this up is he's getting that kid's American status and not really worried about her. I mean, he really thinks he's taking that kid and telling her, when you can, make it over there. But I'm taking this kid. I hope that's not what he did. I hope that we'll find out next week, I guess. He did it, took that child, because then he's going to find out where he's not going to be happy to see anybody either when he has to feed that kid every couple of hours, and it probably goes to poo-poo. And
I sincerely doubt that he was allowed to take that she allowed him to take the baby. We don't know that for sure yet, but
we don't know that.
What he doesn't understand is that baby, when he goes and files citizenship, the baby is automatically given dual citizenship.
I don't think he knows that.
That's an automatic thing.
He's realized. Now, Kimberly, we're going to get to the next 13 minutes. Y'all, Kimberly cannot smoke a cigarette for the next 13 minutes.
Yeah, up until the age of 18, the baby will have dual citizenship, and then the baby will be allowed to choose whether they want to remain being a Russian citizen or a U.S. citizen. Up until the age of 18, there's a dual citizenship.
I was born in Germany, but I was born on an Air Force base, but I still have a German birth certificate, an American birth certificate, an Air Force birth certificate, and at 18, I had to renounce my German citizenship. So, yeah. Hazel says she would have throat punched him, kicked him in the balls. Right, Hazel? Oh, he's just such a victim. I can't with him. And I realize he's 20 or 21. I don't know how old he is.
I do not understand about this show and about Love After Lockup. It seems like these people they don't have access to the internet because they don't think to Google things about, for example, the culture that this person is from and is coming over to, issues they might have. Things like, oh, the baby will have dual citizenship. How could he not know or not think, gee, maybe I need to do some reading and find out some things? And obviously the producers don't enlighten these people. They're not helping them. Which is the couple where the girl is the blonde girl with the child and the boyfriend is from Tunisia or something, Azan or something.
Yes.
They go over. They're
Nicole and Azan.
Yes, they're going to they're going to look at the venue. She screwed up the paperwork, and his family lost thousands of dollars. And now they're at the wedding venue to sample the delicious food from that country. And what does she bring up? She's like, "Tee hee, my dad says he'd really like to have pigs in a blanket." And the guy there, I don't know if he was the chef or if he owned. Was so well. Yes, first of all, she doesn't know anything about maybe what halal food is about or the rules with the meat, or I don't even know if they make halal hot dogs. I have no idea. Maybe they do somewhere. But she is just they are she does not
Okay.
know anything about the world, and there's not just not know anything, which I could understand if you've never been anywhere, you've never watched the Discovery Channel other than crazy
Read a
shows about
newspaper, watch the
yes
news.
or National Geographic or anything, but no desire to educate yourself, to find out anything when gee, I'm marrying someone from Tunisia or wherever he's from. And
Morocco.
When he
they are
come over,
clueless. They are so
Yeah,
clueless, and I
when,
don't.
when he couldn't come over because he had drug ties, and she said, "I'll just
No.
take the kid and go over there."
He's
You
of that age. He's of that age group. Here's to your point, Iridium. To your point, when my ex-husband was in Tonga and I was going there, just going there initially to visit. That wasn't when I flew there and we got married. I went there to visit. I got the Lonely Planet book. I looked up everything I could online. I read about customs and things like that they do there, just so that I wouldn't put my foot in my mouth. That I could be respectful to the family that I'm going and visiting. They never look up anything. I mean, they never. Not to bring up another couple you know nothing about, but Angela and Michael. Angela's going to Africa, okay? And she is just like, oh, no, I don't know anything about it. Ha, 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 ha. It's like, you didn't bother looking up anything
Was that the one
about what you're going to see or do, or who this person is that you're going to marry. Like, you didn't bother to look up how his customs might be, or how, it's just, they don't look up anything. They're just like, whatever.
That's the woman with the big titties, yeah?
Yeah, the one that, the face.
See, Iridium, you're going to have to go back. You're going to have, once you catch up, you are going to have to go back and look at the fools that came before. Like before the 90 days. I mean, there's before the 90 days, after the 90 days, 90 days, 6.5 weeks. I don't know how many different shows are off this. But when you get to go back and look at the idiots that preceded these people, you're going to be like, you understand why they have to go to another country, because they're dumb as rocks. So I get it. Nobody going to want you here. Take your chances and, Kalamazoo.
Yes. Or personality disordered.
Yes.
Or both.
There are insecure men and women, American and otherwise. A lot of the Americans are very insecure. And once these foreigners figure it out, man, they got them. These women and men know what they are doing. Especially the women, because a lot of these women that these men are going over to marry have done this before. This is their deal. They go on these websites to meet Americans or whatever, and they know what they're doing. They know exactly what to do for 90 days or more to get that ring, get that marriage, get the hell over here. It's almost sad. It's like that Indonesian woman. I guess we'll go on that one. I don't know who I hate more.
I hate her a lot.
If you watched her have an argument with that kid, his kid, Eric Kidd, when she said, I'm going back to Indonesia, got mad at him on the phone. She knows what she's doing.
He's awful too. I feel sorry for his daughter. I don't like them. I don't like either one of them. They deserve each other.
He's not good looking.
No.
He doesn't have any money. He doesn't have a personality. No personality whatsoever. Unless he's slinging a 12-incher. I don't know what people are seeing in him.
I don't see it. So none of us see it. None of us see it at all.
No one sees you know, that he wanted to run her family all over the United States instead of bringing them home. You know, once they got there, they realized why they were in New York and they were in, you know, Philadelphia, and he did everything he could to keep them out of Wisconsin. So, and that shithole, man, all right.
Shannon, can we pause and talk about when she first gets there and we see that he hasn't even gotten a double bed?
Right.
He sleeps on a twin bed and he's flying her into America with her kid. And he doesn't think that maybe they need a bigger bed than a twin.
And the bed in his room, the mattress is on the floor. Okay. They moved the mattress on the floor. They are sleeping on the box spring with a mattress pad on top of it.
Okay. I heard that and I thought that I didn't bother rewinding, but I thought maybe I misheard that. But he did say box spring, didn't he?
He did, with a mattress pad on top of it.
No. See, like he, again, we're looking at a Danielle Muhammad situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Where he's bringing her here. He is not financially able to have any wiggle room at all whatsoever. And he's bringing another person and her child over to live in this situation that is not, it's irresponsible. It's completely irresponsible.
Nobody likes this Indonesian Lydia. What the hell?
No, and I don't like her either, but I feel for her with what she was brought into, because no one should be brought into a situation like that.
Okay, so there are pictures that have surfaced of them. And it looks like, you know, the photo she was showing of the flower arrangements in Indonesia? Yeah. They were not from her first wedding. They were from what looks like a wedding with him and her in Indonesia. Those two are saying that it was a commitment ceremony. But if you Google that as well, you'll see that was a big, I mean, her daddy dropped a lot of money on this commitment ceremony.
It wasn't like a wedding? It wasn't a wedding? I thought it was a wedding. That was her ex-husband.
She said these were, no. She said this was for my first wedding. All right. She shows them.
Right.
You go and look, and I don't know how to Google it, but if you look up, these Eric and Lydia had a commitment. All right. These photos surfaced, and it looks like a wedding. And Eric and them are going, no, it wasn't actually a wedding. It was a commitment ceremony. So they either are already married in Indonesia, or her daddy dropped a lot of money on a commitment ceremony. They're the guy that would drop a lot of money on a commitment ceremony.
Well, they have a lot of money in Indonesia. Apparently, they're extremely wealthy there.
Yeah. So, you know, I think she is a doctor in Indonesia.
Yes.
So, I don't know if it's a Calypso, Miss Barrett. I don't know.
I'm laughing at Iridium. You said she's a doctor in Indonesia. She is a doctor in Indonesia. Iridium's like,
what is she doing? What is she doing with this loser?
I know, right? He is nothing. I don't get him at all. I see no attraction. I mean, he's not attractive. He has a lot of financial responsibilities. I appreciate him handling it. I do. I appreciate the fact that he's involved with his kids' lives. I totally get that's awesome. But they're sleeping on a twin bed box spring with a mattress pad on top. What are you doing? You're a doctor in Indonesia.
She picked out some cute furniture. He's like, I can't afford that. And she is like, you lied to me. You told me you brought me over here to be very rich. Shut up. Shut up. So she is obviously, she's like studying, I guess, because if you look when she's in the quote unquote dining room of the apartment, which is the corner of the living room, which ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. But she's flipping through books. So she's probably already gotten her, you know, she's probably gonna, I don't know what you'd have have to do to get doctor, but I'm sure she knows. And I'm
Well,
sure
yeah,
she's
she's
probably,
waiting for
yeah,
it.
she can make a lot more money over here. And I
Yeah,
think,
and I'm sure she's looking at that. In the meantime,
oh,
she
yeah.
wants everything in the world, and she knows that he's not set up for it. She can see the box spring on the ground. Like, what?
Yeah, hey Violet. Yeah, no, Diesel. She's the dad's a doctor, but she's also a doctor. I don't know what kind of doctor, and I probably could find out. But I don't know if he thought, she can come over and make money, or she thought, I can go over there and make money, or they're both thought it to themselves. I mean, when she said to him, when he said, "Do you want me to sign over the rights for my daughter and give you $1,000 a month?" And she goes, "Yes, yes." What? And
Yeah.
that's disgusting. And if he pays his child support, there will be nothing left for Alejandro, which is her son. Tough shit, bitch.
Right. By the end of the show, she agreed that she understood about the child support, which I don't even know why it was a question in her head.
They don't do
I mean,
that
to
over
me,
there.
if I'm bringing a child over to someone and they're saying that they're taking care of their own children and they're going to take care of mine too, that would be a step in that direction. Like, I would know he's taking this financial responsibility for this kid. He's going to also with mine, and that's good. That's something to be admired.
She is making him make her priority one over his children, over her child. He agreed. Okay, here's the thing. When she started a fight in front of his little daughter, her son, with the other daughter, that tells you something. That is a raving lunatic bitch. And like she said, I don't care if I'm the evil stepmother. I'm going to get my way. I'm the boss.
Yeah, like she is going to be a tyrant. Like we already see.
If I was Tasha, I'd have tossed her over the balcony and said, I don't know what happened to her. She was there.
Well,
Then she
I don't know where his head is either. He takes her to go furniture shopping, and he takes her to the Scandinavian store. Okay,
yes.
I don't know why they didn't go to. In his financial position, I don't know why they didn't go to Big Lots. Okay.
Exactly. Well, you can't take her in Big Lots. No, she wants the Danish stuff.
No, and that comes with a price tag. So he's ridiculous for even taking her there, because then he's just going to have to say no the whole time.
Trump sucks. You're right. He does. His daughter, when she listened to what he said on that phone, I felt so bad for her. I felt you could see her whole world just crumbled. And, that's disgusting.
He's horrible.
And next week, the real mama shows up to talk to her. And
when she was there at the welcoming party. They had a welcoming party, and the mom was there.
Power Calypso said they should have gone to the Dollar Tree for furniture. You're probably right. Well, he did have a blow-up couch, so that's kind of like, at least the Five Below. I don't know. Iridium.
Well, and Tilly said she thinks it's a matriarchal society. Tonga is a matriarchal society too. That we're not talking matriarchal anything. She's just a bitch. She is absolutely, culture aside, she is a bitch. They come in all flavors. They come in all countries, and she's one of them. She's a tyrant. She wants it the way she wants it, and screw everyone else.
Yeah, when the father came over with the mother, that mother never uttered a word. So is it matriarchal? I don't know. That mother never, and you can't tell me she don't know a little bit of English. She did not utter a word. That man did all the talking.
Right. And the sister. The sister did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, the sister had a big mouth.
But I think they get that from the dad. I think the dad raised his daughters to be like, you run over and you run over people. You do whatever you have to do,
Yeah, Amber, you're right. She is cold-hearted. She's cold-hearted. Now I can tell y'all it came up this week too. She talked about her ex-husband and says he's the only man she'll ever love, and they talk every day. That's her first husband. She actually said that.
She said what?
That her first husband is the only man she's ever loved, and they talk every day.
See, now right there, I would be like, there's a problem with you.
To say the least. Get in here, Lydia.
They do have a kid together, and I understand that, but it should be here, talk to your father, not I talk to him all the time.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like,
I'm married. I'm not going to say that my first husband was the love of my life.
right.
I would have, I don't know. Is Iridium still here, my love?
I'm here. Yeah, I'm listening. I don't like these two either. That's a big shock.
I don't like them.
But-
I don't like them.
This is making more sense to me. So she wants to become a doctor here, and
Yeah.
that's what this is about. So, but what would be really funny is if she becomes a doctor, makes a ton of money every year, and they get a divorce, and she has to pay him alimony because it happened.
That would be great.
I would like that a lot.
Amazing.
It could happen.
Well, I don't know why is her husband, I mean, I don't understand the no child support. The husband is in Japan, I think, is what she said.
I don't know.
On something. Yeah, he's in Japan. So he moved, when they separated, he left Indonesia and went to Japan. That's how, so, I mean, if I'd probably had to go to Japan. But, but you're looking to this guy who can't even, oh my God, this Eric tell me whenever they talked and he went over there, that she didn't say, show me a picture of your house. There's no way that she just came over not knowing. I don't believe it. So I don't even, every time something happens and she gets upset, I kind of like it. I'm happy. Isn't that horrible? The more he disappoints her, the happier I am. This week I was like, yes, girl, you are not getting that sofa. No. And you are not getting that bed. No.
He is steadfastly ratcheting down her expectations. Like when she gets her expectations are way up here and she's going all the way down where she can't have any expectations at all whatsoever. Blow up furniture from Big Lots.
Every week when the daughter said, I pay half the bills here, she's like, you do not tell me this, Eric. I'm like, Lydia, whatever your name is. Oh, you poor bitch. And then this week I was a loving life. When she couldn't get her sofa, she couldn't get her bed. The only thing that made me mad was she fought in front of his child and hers. That's when I guess he was at work. And his ass
then she has the nerve to say, to say to him, don't swear.
Right? Oh, she is a class A bitch, man. I can't wait to see this fall apart. I can't wait. She's classic.
One set of rules for her and a whole nother set of rules for everybody else.
Diesel, she has to go to medical school. I don't doubt that she does, but that'll be.
I don't think she cares about that. She knows she's capable, so she's just like, I'll just do it. It doesn't matter.
I don't know what her specialty is. I hope it's not pediatrics, but it's definitely not psychology. I can tell you that because she's a fucking nut.
That's absolutely right.
All right, we're gonna get to now. We're coming to our favorite couple. Everyone's favorite couple, Colton and Larissa.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Can we just talk about Larissa for a second? It is also surfaced this week. I do my homework, girls. Larissa has 3 children in Brazil.
Yes. One daughter that lives with her dad.
Yeah, she gave one up for adoption. She gave the second son to her aunt, and her parents have her little girl. She was trying to pick out what color dress? White dress. Was that a white dress she was trying to pick out?
Yeah.
So she has abandoned 3 children. Okay. has come over to America like she is, you know, queen. She called herself a queen last night. And is running. All right, Colton, look. My biggest shock about Colton was that he liked girls.
Right.
Number one. No shades. I love you homosexuals. This man spent his spare time dressing up his cats.
I know. I know.
That has got homo written all over it.
Can we for a pause minute just talk about the fact that he has never lived away from his mother? Never
Say
in
it
his
again.
life has he not lived in the same house with his mother.
He has lived with his mother his entire life. Since the minute he slid out of her, he has been she's been taking care of him. That's
So-
not healthy.
Right there, we're talking unhealthy and huge boundary issues. Huge.
They were like a married couple. Him and his mother share their finances, share their home. She cooks and cleans for him. It is a very unhealthy what they got going there.
Yes, she is like she is the position of best friend, stand-in wife. You know, looking at Colt, if someone was willing to marry him, being his mother, you would think she would be like, well, I don't want him to be alone the rest of his life, and he never has any girlfriends, and this woman's willing to marry him. I support it 100%. That's not what we have going on at all whatsoever.
No, we have. Well, yeah, if he like the little girl that he talked to when they were doing the wedding venue, and he was like, "I like your glasses," and she was like, "Yeah, I like yours too." I could see him with her. A nice girl, not too flashy. A regular person. He brings
but they
over.
set that up. They set that up. How many times have you walked in somewhere and the person greets you? Okay, it's a restaurant. The person greets you and you stand there. You just stand there and exchange pleasantries. Like usually you go in, you meet the person and you directly start walking and the person starts talking to you about what they need to talk to you about.
Maybe. I don't know, because there's a camera there. So, like, what do you do? I wouldn't know.
Yeah, but
do they have to
but
redo it?
they stood there an extra long time, and then she said, after a big long pause, she goes, "I like your glasses." That's the only thing she could say that she liked about him, by the way, is "I like your glasses."
No, he told her first. He told her first.
Oh yeah, he told her, "Yeah, I like your glasses."
Yeah,
I
that's
like
why
yours
Larissa
too.
got mad. He said, "I like your glasses." And she was like, "Yeah, I like yours too." And this is when Larissa was like, "I've got nice, plots put into these dresses. You don't tell me that I am sexy." It was glasses, you
The
stupid
fact that
head.
she would, how does she even get jealous about him? Like, I don't get it.
When she said he had a large sexual appetite, or whatever the hell she called it, sex drive, I almost threw up.
What?
I did too, but I understand he's been dreaming about touching a female his entire life. The fact that he's straight, but and that he finally gets to, and she is beautiful.
God.
She's gorgeous.
Oh my God.
I know, but he dresses up cats in his spare time. Are we not just? Is that not a thing we need to talk about?
The fact that he dresses up cats in his spare time. Can you remember the picture of him in that little chair that I sent out?
Yes. Now okay. So we have Larissa the Beast from Brazil. Now here's another thing I find very interesting is that when there is an issue of how much money is to be spent, he sends his mother.
I know.
So his mother can say no. He doesn't have to. So
the fact that she takes him and picks him up the mother takes him and picks him up from work every day.
Again, weird.
Weird.
But, I mean, I give it to him. He is he's pitting those two against each other by sending his mother to say no. And then when they come back and Larissa's all on a and his mother's all on a fluff, he can go, "Well, now girls, calm down." Like he's the king of that house. Just be, all right, we'll do this, we'll do that.
Yes, and he's busy trying to get Larissa to accommodate his mother. When when I say that I feel for certain people on this show for certain situations, it doesn't mean I like them or that I'm in their
Right.
corner. Okay, but I
Yeah.
feel for her moving into a house with a soon-to-be mother-in-law. You don't, as a couple, want to live with the person's parents. I mean, it's not ideal situation at all for anyone. Right? I mean, can you imagine?
Well, I mean, she hit the ground running. She didn't like Las Vegas. He didn't have her flowers. So before she even got to the house, she was already hating everything. Like he even said, "Good Lord, you hate everything. Give me a second." So then you go into that house where there's no, it's all decorated from his mother. It's Barton area. I mean, his bedroom looks like, where he likes to dress his cats up. I don't know where all of his cat dresses are, but it's a pretty sparse bedroom.
Well, and it's a smaller place, and they show it from the outside. When they have the barbecue and they show the back patio, it is literally just the patio.
Can we talk about John, the cousin?
Oh my God.
We got to talk about this dress. When she had that really beautiful dress on, which we never found out how much that first dress was, right?
Right.
And then she puts on the nice, got to have the nasty dress. And she tries it on, and they said $2,500. The Bob says, no, in card. And so Larissa apparently her excuse is she doesn't know the exchange rate. She thought when they said $2,500, they meant $250. Something tells me Larissa knows every exchange rate on the planet. So she's got to stop using that as an excuse. That bitch knows exchange rates. I'm sure she has a change. You know those little things that the guys y'all are young. Back when you used to go get gas, right? And the guy came out and he would pump your gas for you. And around his belt, he had this change giver. And it was like quarters, dimes, nickels. And he would, hit it to get you your change.
Yeah, yeah.
She's got one of those around her waist in every single currency on the planet. Let's not pretend that's not a thing, Larissa. So then,
but can we talk about the mom though saying it's that or your green card? Like that is so completely unhealthy that she is even anywhere in the midst of anything like that. It's just so gross that she even sits there and has that kind of a conversation and is in that much control of the financial picture. It's insane.
Well, it's half her money. Half the money's hers. Because they got a joint account.
I thought she pays half the bills, but I didn't think that. No. I thought she is.
No,
they don't do a community pot.
They have a joint account. Always have had a joint account. Always have.
Of his. But I thought that her money is separate. Like her money comes to her and she pays out half the bills.
The way I understood it was they shared a bank account. All their money was together. Now, she treats it like his money, so he must make more money. I don't really know. I don't know how. I know they said they had
I think that she's managed his money. She's managed it and been a co-signer since he was a teenager, and he's just always left it that way. But her money is separate.
I want to know what he does for a living.
Remember, John says in the fight, pay half the rent. I'll have her move in with me and pay half the rent. Like she right now they split the bills.
He's a cat stylist.
Yeah, when John
whole family has the most unhealthy boundaries I've ever seen, ever. They are all so bad.
Yeah, it's a crazy family. I would love to be in the middle of that because Thanksgiving's going to be a riot. Christmas, John let her know. I mean, John has her pet. All right, here's a question that I posed. I actually wrote this question down. When they were when Larissa was trying on the gowns, right?
Yeah.
It was the cousin's wife and the mother.
Right.
And I wrote down in my notes was, why do people in Las Vegas use orange Sharpies for eyebrows? But that bothered me more than the whole scene. The whole scene there, the orange eyebrows bothered me the worst. They both had on these drawn on, thank you, babe, eyebrows. So that was one of my questions. I had no idea John was going to come in and blow the damn barbecue to pieces. And
There's so much wrong with that whole situation. First, can we back up an episode?
Yeah.
Or a couple episodes. Remember when she and Colty went over to John and his wife's house?
Yeah.
And John stepped out of bounds even then because John said, how do you think that you're going to please him sexually?
That was kind of gross.
Yeah, it was really gross. Completely over the line. What couple? I've never, and I'm close to a lot of people, right, that I've known for years and years and years and years. And I know them from before they met their significant other. And then I met their significant other. And at no time did I ask them about their sexual habits or what they do to each other to please each other sexually or how I think they're going to do that. Like, that's none of my business.
If I were John, I would never have thought to ask a woman that about Colton's sexual drive because he dresses up cats in his spare time. I'm never going to let him go. Ever. When he put a dress on that fucking cat, you never, that's it. That's all I need to know about you. That's all I need to know about you.
Are all the cats girls?
So good, and he was straightening the dress out on the cat. One, if I tried to put a dress on my cat, I would have no eyes left.
Right.
So,
does he have any boy cats? Do the boy cats wear pants?
No, it's one cat. Cookie Dough. Cookie Dough is their one cat.
Oh, okay.
And she has more dresses than Larissa. Well, she could probably fit into Larissa's dresses, though.
Right.
He might be dressing the cat up in one of Larissa's dresses right now. I don't. Hey, Silver Wings. So, yeah. So, some people thought that John was way out of line in this fight.
He was.
I don't even care if he was that line in it. So, I can't even be mad. I mean, maybe I should be mad, but I'm not even mad at John because it brought me great pleasure. So I can't be mad at John.
Okay, well, it's great TV, but at the same time, if we're looking at it, from a relationship standpoint, number one, he was way, way, way out of line when he met her. And Colt is such a complete wimp, just like has no backbone, no spine at all whatsoever, and is so used to everybody talking around him and just taking care of him and making sure he's okay, that he couldn't even voice his opinion and say, that's out of line. Don't talk about that. We don't need to talk about that. That was when they met. But for him to come over to the barbecue and start in, Colt could have said, I understand your feelings. You're not going to talk to her like that.
No, Colt
and he
sat on the sofa. Colt sat on the sofa with his little, in his shorts and his little flip flops, just sitting there. Sitting there.
And he says, well, everyone was going crazy, so I didn't think one other person jumping in. It's like, no, you could jump in and put a stop to it is what you do. Yeah. It's not a choice of I do nothing or I jump in and participate. At some point, there's another option where someone jumps in and says, this is way out of line. We're just not going to talk like that. And you're going to respect the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. And we're going to continue. Or you guys can go home and we'll have a nice dinner by ourselves. This isn't going to, and her too, turn around and say, you don't need to start this. I'll handle it. Like, don't jump in.
Oh, no.
But no, nobody, they're so unhealthy. The whole thing is so unhealthy. And the wife, John's wife, how much does it bother you that she just sits there with those big, stupid, open eyes, like looking at everything like, ooh, I don't know.
And her orange eyebrows. And those kids hanging off of her. Girl, I don't even know. When the mother shut the closet door, and she did not slam that door. And Larissa's like, "You gotta stop slamming that door." And she was like, "I will show you what a slamming a door is like." And then she did it. I thought, all right. And then Larissa stomped upstairs, and John's still sitting there in his little shorts, legs crossed, with his little sandals on, probably wondering what to dress the cat up in later. I don't know.
Well, and
But
John brings
they
up
do
the
get
mom.
married.
John brings up the mom and doesn't understand that it's a big deal to have someone. Okay, you go to a different country. Okay, so you're already completely don't have anyone there, no nothing. You don't have a
Right.
vehicle, you don't have any way to get anywhere, and you're living with that person's mother too. That would be hard, even if they all got along.
I agree with
And
that.
then John and his wife do not understand that and don't even say, okay, we can understand it might be hard to live with your future mother-in-law. You know, it's not even a consideration. Just that woman has done everything for you. She's whatever. It's like you want her to stay there and live in this situation. It's almost like they look at Colt and the fact that he's never lived away from home. That's all fine, and keep him as dysfunctional as possible. Enable him.
I feel, well, it's like that little Fernanda. She's really trying. And she is here alone. And I go back and forth. You see how different women deal with it. But y'all, I mean, every situation is different, obviously. Larissa, I think, has just got no soul. If you can, I'm sorry, you can give away 3 children. One child, yes, okay. If she had a child very young and gave that up for adoption, it was probably the best thing for. Well, looking at her, this was the best thing for all those children. Giving one up,
Right.
giving the
And
second
so
up.
I actually look at it differently. I commend her for doing that.
No, I'm saying I
If it's
do.
better for the kid,
The first time,
it-
and then you do it a second time, and then you get pregnant a third time. What's wrong with you? She's that's bad decisions.
I agree.
The first, you know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah,
you
3
don't
is
keep
too many.
doing it.
And she's going to try to give his cat away. This is not a good precedent. What does he think she's going to do with their child if they manage to breed?
Exactly. She's gonna hit the fucking road. Debbie's gonna be in the old folks home dead, and he's gonna have a dress up the goddamn cat and the damn baby.
He might like that.
I'm just saying, you give up a child. You are selfish the first time. You are second time, and you are selfish the third time. And
What?
then you come over here,
Yeah.
like,
What if? What if
What
she
if?
changes her mind at some point and is like, I want all my 3 kids to come live with us in our house?
Well, she can't do it with the first one. The first one, I don't think she knows where the first one, I think, was a legit adoption.
yeah, the first one is adopted out. The second one was left with the father because the father was way more financially stable, had his own place, etc., and she didn't.
Another person came on Instagram a couple weeks ago and busted out the fact she had 3 children. And it was a friend of the second child's father. And, and Larissa would not admit to the 3. She only admitted to the 2. This person on Instagram was like, Larissa, you damn well know you've had 3 children. You gave the first one up for adoption. You got the second one up for adoption. She says that the father's aunt adopted it, is what she says. And then she admits that her father's girl. Now, she's been arrested twice. She's been arrested twice since she's been here for beating. Twice. The last time was a couple weeks ago. And they are indeed married. He married her. They are married.
God.
Yeah,
she whipped his ass a couple weeks ago.
This is one of the best parts for the chat. This is one of the best parts of the show, if you're not a watcher yet, is that while the show is going on, we have a window because of social media into things that are happening outside of or after the show. So when the show is being recorded and being prepared to air, it's behind. So you can go on social media and find out current things that are going on while you're watching the past. So it's fun. It's absolutely fun.
You say it in the Colton's tits are bigger than Larissa's. That's what I'm gonna say to that. I mean, he's got a nice rack. He's got a nice rack.
He does. Poor
And I
thing.
know for a fact that, now I know that Olga is absolutely in Maryland right now.
Yeah.
So the baby and Olga are here.
So
Now, I
clearly
don't think
they
I'm
get that
busting
worked out.
I don't think I'm giving spoilers because the stories are so. I mean, I kind of am, but it's I guess the way they get here. The shit that happens in between is so. But like, I know that this
Yeah,
idiot
it's not even, the cliffhangers are never like, are they going to get their paperwork or not? Those aren't the cliffhangers.
Yeah, exactly.
The cliffhangers are the blow ups and the relationship parts. So it's always juicy, even if you know something that happened after with regards to their paperwork.
The second arrest will be covered on the show.
And My Cat Diesel from chat asks about, are the arrests going to affect whether she gets to stay in the country or not?
This is what I would think, Diesel. I've got the exact same question.
No.
Because y'all know
No.
Joe
No.
Giudice, Joe Giudice was from what, Housewives of New Jersey. He's in prison. He's lived here since he was a baby, but they're trying to deport his ass.
Because he doesn't have a green card for citizenship.
Really?
No.
Well, that's kind of dumb.
He kept that citizenship. So
Well,
he
they
was
need to
here as
ship
a
her ass on
foreign person.
The Colton and Larissa are not going to grow old together.
I don't see that happening
real fast.
Well, there's a number of factors. It's not just the two of them, the way that Colt is with Larissa and them having their own issues. Look at all the additional issues they have, which is like the mom, the cousin, the way the cousin and the wife step in. There's a lot of issues that surround them.
He dresses up his cat in his spare time. That's a fucking issue. If a man that I was dating, if I went to a man's house I was dating, and I said, "Oh, cute cat," and he goes, "Oh yeah, let me show you her dresses," I'm like out the door.
Me too.
I'm out the door.
Oh my gosh, I'd be so gone.
Oh, let me dress her up. Here's my favorite dress for her. I go, "Yeah, go get that." When he goes upstairs, I'm out the fucking door.
I dressed up my cat and used to put her in a carriage when I was like 7.
I would take the cat with me.
Huh?
Say, you do not do this. We do not dress up cats. In a civilized society, cats don't wear clothes.
He has to know that in her culture, again, we're talking about how people don't learn about the country their person is coming from. In Brazil, it's not common to have house cats that are members of the family the way that we do.
It is not common to have a house cat that has got clothes.
Well, that is a plus. That's even a bigger. But I'm saying like that lives in the house, is on the furniture all the time and stuff. That's just not common.
Wearing a sundress.
Yeah,
that's not right. So when she talks about, he's got these hoot sexual drive, as soon as I saw that cat in a dress, I'm out of there. You ain't sticking nothing in me, man. I'm sorry. No.
I would have had, if that wasn't my cutoff, seeing him sit in that little chair out on the patio, the way that he's sitting there, I just could never look at him the same ever again. I mean,
this is what I'm saying, the fact that he even likes girls. And I'm not being mean.
This is a sham. It's a sham. It can't be real.
She's got bigger balls than he does any day of the week. Bigger balls. She has the bigger balls. He has the bigger tits.
He is not the most masculine man that I've ever seen. He's quite effeminate.
Very much so. That's why I want to know what he does for a living. I want to know what he does. They never put it up there. And I need to know how Colton is bringing home the bacon.
I think he works in a call center.
I was thinking, God, then I thought, well, see, Las Vegas, a lot of people work, in service, like I don't know. I need to know what he does. I need to know what he.
If he worked in service, I think if he worked in service, I think he would get more exercise than he clearly does.
Well, he ain't working at damn Chippendales. I can tell you that right now, unless he's taking the tickets.
Yeah, so, I know wherever he is, he sits at his job.
But he's got tits enough to he could be a showgirl. I think.
Well, and you saw the way he was sitting in that little chair.
Squeezing the little chair. I I think, you know what? The damn cousin's going to get his own show. You watch what I tell you. John the
Oh, I
cousin's
hate
going
the
to have his
cousin.
own show. And
I
he's just
hate
going
the
to be.
cousin. I just dislike the cousin so incredibly much.
I dislike him too, but that means TLC will give him his own show.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
looking at the
Hulu.
wife, she's so boring. What would it be?
He could be an ICE agent. I don't know.
I mean, you know that the wife, I mean, anytime that they've shown them interacting with Larissa and everything, when they're together, John does all the talking basically.
Bye,
And she's
Donna.
just like,
Love you,
yes,
Donna. Donna, it's 3 a.m. where Donna is, and we've bored her to
good night,
sleep.
Donna. Hi, Donna. Good night, Donna.
We have bored the poor woman. She said, I've got to go to bed. Y'all are so fucking boring right now. Because I won't let go of the fact that he dresses up cats. I won't fucking ever let go of that. I hope him and Larissa do one of those reality show tours. Oh my God, I'm going to take him a dress.
If they did a show of just Colt, Larissa, and his family, they could fill a half hour with them.
I'm telling you, John, and then depending on their popularity, they'll ask you back for a second.
Well, there's the love to hate. There's love to hate them, which is basically the entire 90 Day Fiancé show. Love to hate them.
Yeah.
So
you have to either love them or hate them, and they invite them back. And so we have Jorge and what's her face, the Russian. He's in jail for 2.5 years, and she says she's not going to do a second or third season, but she's making money stripping on camera. I'd rather make the money, from TLC. And then there's those Karina and what's his name down there.
Oh, Karina and Paul.
Paul has a GoFundMe up to get money to go back down there to see her. Not gonna happen. Danielle from the ugly
and
one.
is on. Oh, Danielle and Muhammad.
Yeah. All right, Muhammad put her son in jail. Her son is in jail.
He did.
Oh yeah.
And now she hasn't paid her lot rent on her trailer, and it went to court, and she's asking for money for that, either to pay the lot rent or to have the trailer moved.
I didn't know he actually went to jail.
Yeah, he put her son in jail. And this is what she said. She's going to school full time, working 8 hours a week. All right. Her daughter, one daughter's in high school, like a senior. The other daughter is full-time student. And it's like this auntie woman said a couple of days ago, no, going to school at her age is a luxury. You go get a 40-hour week job and you go to school
part-time.
If you're taking your bills, you don't spend the money being a full-time student and work 8 hours a week. You work 40 hours a week, take a couple classes.
Right.
But so she's got a GoFundMe as well, her and Paul both.
Oh my God.
Paul needs to get back down there and see. I think it's still pregnant.
Karina.
Yeah, but I'm not giving him no money for a DNA test because he wants one.
Is that not the most ridiculous thing in the world? Is that he says things like that to his wife?
I can't believe he wasn't wearing a hazmat suit every time he had sex with her. Because he would come back and he would go down there and make her take a pregnancy test as soon as he got there.
Yeah.
He has issues.
Big, huge issues. Big issues. Huge issues.
Yeah. So,
huge.
These are the people we love to hate. We hate to love. And TLC never disappoints. They can always find the most interesting people.
Okay, but Danielle had lined up that she was going to do. The rumor was she was going to do one of those makeover Junes, like makeover shows, like Mama June did, where they make her over and she gets plastic surgery and everything, and she's gorgeous after. Okay. Her managers had that lined up, but she fired her managers because her managers were upset about what she was posting to some of her social media. She's a loose cannon. So
Hey,
of course
Lisa,
they want to keep
hey,
her
Shell.
under wraps.
Yes, she actually had on. She put on her Facebook the other day that she was going to appear at some restaurant in the lobby for and have autographs and pictures. She neglected to say what time, what town. I'm not kidding. I'm like, and they're like, where the fuck we? Not that two people might be there. So if well, look, I looked at what they did with Mama Jane, all right, and I was shocked. I mean, she turned out to look normal, but that she quickly fucked that up. She's fat.
Yeah, but
She's
she
getting
looks
fat
good.
again.
I mean, they
Well,
really
she's
did a
getting
great
fat again
job.
now. She's put so
Is
much
she?
weight on, and I knew that she
Oh.
would. I knew when Honey Boo Boo didn't lose any weight. And I'm saying this, if you change your lifestyle, if she as a mother changed her lifestyle, she's cooking different, she's bringing different foods in the house, and Honey Boo Boo would have lost weight.
Yeah.
Honey Boo Boo
Well,
never
and
lost
she
no
did.
weight.
She had to work out and she worked really hard. I mean, there were times when
Just
she was
gonna.
scared about her weigh-in because she had to lose a
Yeah.
certain amount of weight and stuff.
Well, now she's home and she had to Piggly Wiggly every week getting some good food because she's fat again.
Uh-oh.
And
See,
that's what I say
she let it
about
go.
everyone. And I will address this to no one. And when you select weight loss surgery and you don't change the way you eat,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going to stay fat.
Yep.
That's all I'm going to say. Anyone in
You
the
have to
community
change.
who
You have
is
to
eating
change
Greek
your
food,
lifestyle. You have to change your relationship with food.
right? So you can't go to a Greek restaurant and get yourself some kebabs when you're not even cleared to eat it. I won't mention any names. It's fucking wonderful, but you can't do that.
Well,
and that's
and
what Jane did.
there's actually people who have channels and they got weight loss. They did enough where they did the intensive like drink shakes and drop a lot of weight before surgery because that's usually a requirement where you have
Yeah,
to like
usually.
do a diet. They make you lose a certain amount to show how committed you are.
Exactly. That did not happen in this case. And,
Right.
thing went right into
Right.
surgery and was trying to eat the next day. So when Miss Effing Wonderful talks about how people are mentally ill, you should probably find out why you've gained 200 pounds in a year instead of getting the surgery and eating what the hell you want. Because she got a call. I watched 6 minutes of that video. And she said, I just got a call from my doctor. He cleared me. I can eat anything I want. But you've been eating everything you want. What are you talking about? So you have like Silver Wings here, who's very publicly, she had weight loss surgery right after Katie did, and is doing it right, and is, bless her heart. And then you have this mongrel calling everybody mentally ill. That is just that was my soapbox moment. Let me just kick it out. Don't call people crazy when you're eating everything but the damn computer screen. With your weight loss
People who have
surgery.
weight loss surgery
Also,
in
I
general.
want to say this. I gotta say this. I got a message on Twitter. I'm not gonna say from who. There was a little bit of a apparently when I called Miss Fucking Wonderful Mrs. Butterworth, somebody has called somebody else Mrs. Butterworth. I was speaking about Katie when I said Miss Butterworth. No one else. I'm going to clear that up real quick. I've said I would do it, and I waited too late. Was it referring to anyone else? That's just people who know what I'm talking about. And people who don't know, don't worry about it. So, no, I did not call anyone else, call them out. I've only called out Katie, Savage, and that goddamn Pam. So, that's it. Okay. Back to our discussion. I'm sorry. I had to get that out.
But there are people who have had weight loss surgery and they're on YouTube and they've documented it and they've gained weight back again and had to have another surgery.
How do you have another surgery?
Miss ATX got had a gastric bypass and gained every bit of it back.
How do you have a second one? Do you mean a different, like
No.
a different?
Yeah, like a different
bypass.
procedure. Like if you don't do a gastric bypass, let's say you do a lap band.
Oh, okay. They do like a
Then
more
you could-
severe surgery.
then you could
But
do
you
a
can
yeah, you
stretch
could do a
out.
different procedure.
You can stretch. See, when they do that bypass, they like your stomach goes from regular size to like a tablespoon. I don't even know.
Right.
But you
Yeah,
can
like a
stretch
golf ball. Mhm.
like right.
Oh,
Didn't Roseanne get a gastric bypass and stretched it back out? That little Carney Wilson from
oh
Car-
yeah,
uh,
Carney Wilson.
you
Yeah.
stretch it right the fuck back out.
Yeah,
And you
yeah, you
stretch
can.
yourself
Mhm.
through. I mean, it'll be
Yeah.
painful for a little while, but you know, you don't.
Well, and it's over a
go to
period of
big restaurant.
time. It's over a period of time. So,
Oh,
yeah, you start off and maybe you're eating just this little bit. And she lost a lot of weight. Remember Wilson from Wilson Phillips? She lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
Cheryl,
And
no,
then
she's
stretching
not.
it back out, you can stretch it right back out again and become morbidly obese all over again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, in an instant. If you don't figure, you know, because I used to watch my 600-pound life. I really did. And I don't know why. It was just gross. And these women would go, and men, you know, that doctor makes you lose some weight on your own. He also, if you're not losing weight after it's done, he gives you to the therapist real quick to figure out why.
Yeah.
And you know, some of these people would not lose weight because they were still eating junk. And
Yeah,
you know, it was
remember-
a waste of time.
What was her name? It starts Charisse or Charicia, or I don't know. But she was she moved down there and he's on the phone with her. And I've
Yeah.
only seen these little clips on YouTube, but he's on the phone with her and she says, "You know what, doctor, I haven't had time to eat right. I haven't had time to eat right or lose weight. So I haven't lost any weight." And he's like, "What do you mean you haven't had time to eat right?" You know?
They do, they make an excuse. But if you don't figure out what is causing it, because something's causing it. If you, I mean, to do that bad, something's causing it. Figure out what it is. It's usually always the same thing. You know, you abuse as a child, or you know, sex. You know, it's really sad why these women or men do it. You know, I mean, the majority of the ones that I've ever seen that actually went to therapy, it was usually they were sexually abused as a child, or some sad story. You know, that's just horrible. And they're protecting themselves with all this sex.
and using food to soothe something.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're not figuring out why, it's not going to happen for you. You're still going to be miserable. But you know, that's my soapbox. I'm just saying, you calling other people mentally ill, and you know, Katie upset a lot of people with that, and using the R word. You know, I'm not a big fan of Mama Bear at all, but you know that using that word, and listen, I used the word on Ricky about 6 months ago. Yes, I did. Was I right? Absolutely not. I wasn't. I was not right. And I was mad, and that's no excuse. It was wrong.
Personally, I do not object to the word. So I'm just
Well,
going to go on record that I do not. If you look up the dictionary, it means foolish and stupid. And so it is a word to describe people who are foolish and stupid. There are people who should not attribute that word to themselves. Okay, they shouldn't attribute that word to themselves because they are like for whatever, like, okay, let's say someone is autistic. To me, that person is autistic. Okay.
Right.
So that word, the other word, retarded, doesn't apply because it's not anything to do with autism. It has to do with someone being foolish and stupid. You see what I'm saying?
But, yeah, I do, but the N word has a definition.
So I don't understand
too.
why what I don't understand is why they grab onto that word and attribute it to themselves and then get offended that someone else is calling someone else that. They shouldn't even, when that word comes out of someone else's mouth, I don't know why they identify with it because it doesn't have anything to do with them. They're autistic. They're not retarded. Retarded means foolish and stupid.
We all know what that word means. Everybody knows that word when it's used.
Foolish
it's not,
and stupid.
you know,
foolish and stupid.
It's not a good. And she's been asked several times because there are people in some of her mods have got handicapped children. And I always wonder, and I've said this before, if Katie walked up to one of them and called their kid a retard, would Katie be standing on her feet after that? I don't think they would.
Yeah,
think
see,
she
that's
would.
using that word completely, completely wrong and inappropriately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't.
But they take up for it and they ignore it, and it makes me so mad because I'm thinking, I'm looking at some of her mods who I know have got disabled children, and then it's like, okay, you know, she was just mad. Well, Katie wasn't mad when she said it. She was just bored. So it's just, you know, like I said, I'm not a fan of Mama Bear, and I said it myself talking to Ricky, and I was 7,000% wrong. I shouldn't have used it. I have a very large vocabulary. There are more words I could use that would be even better.
I haven't seen Mama Bear or Ramona in a little while. Like, I haven't seen.
Mama Bear straightened this morning, girl, because she got us. Mama Bear was going to the dentist to get her fucking tooth pulled, and she went live. And then Gary came in, and then Ramona was yelling at Gary, but it took her like 20 minutes to get it out. It was so funny.
Gary's alive.
Gary is alive, guys. And then Mama Bear started was live after she got back from the dentist. And she showed everybody. She kept sticking her finger in the hole where they pulled her tooth and showing it. And she was talking about Katie calling her the R word and told everybody, well, Katie told people not to go to Mama Bear's channel and watch her. So Mama Bear told everybody not to go to Katie's channel and watch her. I'm sure that everyone is hearing that advice right now because I'm not subbed any of Katie, so I get clips. You know, we've lost Stewie. Thank you, Nikki Rabb, you ugly bitch, who threatened to dox him. Nikki Rabb told her people, all 6 of them, to go try to dox Stewie. So, yeah, she's a pig. So we don't have Stewie now for our, you know, he reports, you decide. But people will send me clips or say, hey, did you hear what's so? I mean, in fact, Tilly, who I don't know why I can't see, was going berserk today in Vinny's chat, I think, about it. She was so upset. And Tilly, I still have to find out why I can't find you, why I can't get you. And I was like, what the hell happened? I didn't know what had happened. And, you know, I asked around and when I watched, she was washing her dishes, I think. I don't know what Katie was doing. I had to turn it off. I was skimming, and then I just couldn't even. As soon as she started talking, I had to turn it off. I can't with her. So I just realized I was upset.
Sometimes it's really hard to keep up with who is saying what to do what or whatever. Like, I had no idea that Nikki Rabb had anything to do with Stewie. Like, I don't, because I don't watch Nikki Rabb, because I know that she's friends with and a full-on supporter of a crazy person. So,
Jenna, I don't go to Katie no more because you know I don't like her. Sorry, and she's got a hard on for me. And you know, the best thing she can come up with, Shan Man. Okay, that's fine. That's funny. Huh. Whatever. It doesn't bother me. I love it when they use that. And the shit she says about me because I don't like her. I don't have to like her. She hates me because I don't like her. Does that make any sense? I just don't, you know. So she's always got my name somewhere in there. And obviously I don't watch the boardroom anymore. My God. I didn't even know Savage was still alive when she came in my chat the other day saying something about, you know, well, she doxed my husband. Said where he worked and, you know, called me. I mean, what a junkyard dog.
Yeah, when I first came upon her, just her voice and the way she talks, I just never listened because I just can't.
No, she's disgusting. She's disgusting. And I forget she's alive every once in a while. And then she doxes me like she's done several times. And now she's, you know, popped out and was on Vinny. Now, Vinny hates doxing too. Oh, Vinny hates doxing. But Savage was in there, you know, calling up on, you know, where my husband works and shit. He didn't hate that. There's just a bunch of hypocrites here. But Forgot she was alive until I saw her. I'll get, like I said, I'll see somebody reacting. Hold on. Lisa, what are you saying? I know, Lisa, that you can throw down, but I can't travel everywhere. One, I'm not going to Indiana to kill, to hurt anybody because I just, don't care. I don't go to Mama Bear. I should go to Ohio and wait in the dollar store, but I'm not going to do it. And as far as Savage, that bitch is miserable as fuck. I can't do nothing to her that's not being already done to her. She's living her karma right now, just like Pam and Ricky are. Pam and Ricky are living their karma. That's set in motion and nothing to do with me.
It's really hard to keep up. For those of us that check in and out and watch other things, it's really hard to keep up.
Well, because I've stopped watching most of them, I don't know what's going on.
Right.
I'm not friends with Diane and them no more. I don't watch Diane. Wash my hands of Randy. I don't know what fuck going on with her. I've had to cut a lot of people out of my circle because you keep effing me over, and I'm not going to let you do it. So every time they do it, and that's why, last week it was Diane, Wendy, and Randy. They had to go.
Yeah, and so now here you are, and you're doing all these other things. You're like a lot of us, right? Like I have other things in my life going on, and I cannot keep up and watch all these streams and all this hours and hours and I can't keep up like that. I just can't.
Well, I can't keep reevaluating friendships every week after you fuck me over, and I have to reevaluate my friendship with you every week. I'm not doing it.
Well, you're in a different situation, and you've evaluated that and pulled back from a lot of people, right?
Can't do it. No, can't do it.
But
Melissa's back from.
You see how it is for those of us who spot watch or only catch things once in a while. Sometimes things pop off in a matter of one day, and you can be completely lost at whatever's going on.
Absolutely. That's why I try to have content. I'm always going to bring up some drama because it's fun and I like it. But I'm trying to do other things because there are other things in the world like 90 Day. And we have got to completely, Iridium's brain is going to be mush by the time we're done with her.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shannon, you have got to catch up on Love After Lockup.
What time? When does that come on?
On Friday nights.
Okay, so I can watch the first one because the first one in the second season was just last Friday, right?
Right. Okay. Now, I will tell you, it would behoove you though to catch up because there is a couple from the past season that's two couples that have been moved forward to this year too. Season 1 is only 7 episodes.
Oh, okay.
So you can catch up.
So I can binge watch that tomorrow.
I'm going to tell you right now that it is like Iridium said, it's 90 Day Fiance times 10.
Oh yeah, it's
God, that sounds like heaven.
Sounds
like heaven. I can't wait. I told my husband to bring me. The other day, I said, "Can you please bring me like a legal pad? I make copious notes about things. Like I have a piece of paper and my pen, and I'll just write something down when it happens, and
so that you can recall.
It's like things that strike me.
Right.
And Letitia says you're more of a Mama June gal. Oh, Lisa. Letitia is Lisa. Lisa. Well, Melissa is, doesn't Mama June follow you, Melissa? On Twitter. I forgot, girls. Here's what I forgot. RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 4 starts Friday night.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, now look, ladies, this is when I'm absolutely going to have to learn how to screen share because we're going to have to pick these people, these women. We're going to have to pick them. We're going to have what we hate, what we love, and obviously are not going to know their, well, they're all stars, so we might know some of their names. I haven't gotten a, usually they've leaked the cast by now, but I haven't seen it. So
yeah, well, and there's been people all over giving little hints and dropping little like Easter eggs, but I can't figure out who they're talking about.
I can't either. But
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite ever? Like your most favorite ever?
Trixie Mattel.
Okay.
Trixie Mattel is my favorite.
My most favorite ever has always been Willem.
Okay, all right. See, Willem, I don't know what it is about Willem. I love Alaska.
Okay.
I love you. I mean, Ginger Minge follows me on Twitter, people. If you didn't know, now you do. Yeah, I loved Alyssa.
I love Alyssa too.
I can tell you the only ones I did not like is Fifi O'Hare. Don't like her. I don't like Jasmine Masters. She left the Christmas show last week. And I don't like the one, is Jasmine Masters the one that does no, I think that's a different one. The one from LA was elaborate, like she was a Palin, and she's from, I can't remember her name. I don't like her. I don't like people that give up. You know, I mean, Trixie Mattel and Katya and Trixie. They're back on YouTube with, yeah, they picked that show up, and it didn't work for a half hour. So Trixie and Katya.
I like Raven.
I love most of them. There's a few that I don't like, and I named them. So I can't wait. I mean, like I said, usually we have, the cast has been leaked, and it hasn't been. So Friday is going to be just as exciting. I mean, I don't know who's going to be on there.
I cannot learn how to screen share. I'm just going to put that out there. It's not going to be one of me that does that, because I'm on a tablet and a phone, so that wouldn't work in the first place.
Yeah,
Shannon, I can't see that you would, be able to learn that in the next week because you're busy a lot.
My kids are home from school tomorrow. Will be. I miss you too, my love. We had a snowstorm here. Girl, I ain't got nothing else to do but learn how to do it. So my kids will be home again tomorrow. If I don't knock myself out with wine, and I'm kidding, I don't knock myself out with wine. I have drugs for that. No, I have nothing to do but learn it. So I have to, because it comes on. Oh, wait a minute. So that'll coincide with the lockup thing. That's all right. That's all right.
Love after lockup. You have got to catch up.
All right,
When you watch the first, I would start with season 1 and then watch the new one. Yeah. Okay. Iridium, you agree, right? Watch season 1.
Oh, you can't.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely gonna do that.
And when
you tell you, Shannon, the second you watch episode 1, you'll be like, "What has been my life up until this point?"
Yes, exactly.
For some reason, I've never seen it. I don't know why.
That is crazy.
Oh yeah, Alyssa Edwards. If y'all have Netflix, Alyssa Edwards has a documentary on there called Dance, and it's about her dance studio, and it's kind of like a Dance Moms with Alyssa Edwards.
Okay, so is that what Boss Babe is talking about? Watch Dancing Queen on Netflix.
Dancing Queen. It's really good. So it goes like his life with his dance studio and his costumes and his drag and all that. But Friday night, girls, it is season 4. Season 4 All Stars. RuPaul. If you don't watch it, don't come back to my channel. Just kidding. So then, all right. So on Mondays, so we'll have a lot to cover Monday. If we have shitballs, we might have to do something Sunday to cover RuPaul and the lockup thing on Sunday, if y'all are available. And then on Monday is when I usually do the 90 Day Fiance or Walking Dead, whatever's going on. So if we could do something Sunday and Monday, we
Right.
can.
I could do
Yeah,
that.
because if we do too much in one, I mean, I have ADD. I'll be picking my nose and staring at the lights.
I
Oh,
can
I'm
do
just
Sunday,
crazy.
Monday.
Cable, you don't have, Jenna, but can't you? Jenna, we're gonna get it to you. We're gonna find a way, Jenna. If we have to,
Jenna, they are
break
on
the
YouTube.
wall,
Jenna, they're
it's
on YouTube.
Jenna. There you go. We
All
saw it.
except the
Jenna,
finale. All the episodes except the finale are on YouTube.
hold on, my cat is trying to paw my damn chair off to pieces. Junior! Sorry.
So
My cat was trying to tear my chair up.
YouTube of Love After.
And you know what? He ain't wearing a dress. He's a manly cat. But I might put pants on him. I might put pants on him now. I don't know. Might. All right, it's 10:36. We've been boring you people forever. I want to thank Iridium as always and my sassy cat. And all you people that showed up today to listen to our dribble. Yes,
Yes,
classic
thank you
movie
guys
night.
so much for showing up. Love to the chat. Love to everyone. I really haven't been monitoring it yet, so I've been keeping up.
All right, yeah, we got to do the classic Christmas movie chat. Good. All right, so, all right. Because I know you people have lives. I don't have one, personally.
We'll have to pencil that night.
Yeah. I was thinking if we could maybe do that Friday, because we were, like I made Melissa. Did everyone see the reef I sent Melissa? Oh, it's
I did. It was
beautiful.
It's
I know,
gorgeous.
Iridium. Guess what, Iridium? You're gonna get one as well.
Oh boy.
I told you, I drag Iridium all over these feeds with me, all over these streams, and I make her do things she would never do personally. And I feel like I owe her something because I have dragged her through the smut of reality TV, the smut of she Italian murders people. She deserves something.
Yes.
Aw,
So,
thanks.
yeah, and it's finished, and all I do is pop it in the box. So, all right, Friday.
So we have Sunday, Monday. We have Sunday, Monday for Drag Race,
yeah,
Love After
and
Lockup, and 90 Day Fiance.
And then Friday we'll do favorite movies. We can do for recipes. We can do crafts. I can maybe show y'all how I make those things. My reef, it's really, once you get going, it's kind of easy to do. It looks like a whole lot more work than it is, but it, I mean, still, don't get me wrong.
Boss Babe's trying to pick a classic movie that we can talk about, and she said White Christmas.
All right, we'll do it. Oh, It's a Wonderful Life. All right, so I'm gonna have to put I'll have to put a poll on my Twitter. We'll have to pick it. Ramona will be. It's a wonderful. We can talk about more than one. I've got so many favorites that we can literally talk till 12 o'clock Friday night. So we'll. I always try to gear everything for like 7:30, 7 o'clock. Because I feel like.
Okay. So Sunday and Monday for sure I can do that. On Friday I might be a little bit late.
All right, well, wait a minute. We might have to go 6 on Sunday because we'll miss.
I can do Sunday anytime.
Okay.
I can do Sunday night at any time.
Okay, so we'll do Sunday at 6.
Okay.
Okay, to discuss the other two because if we go, it comes on at 8 o'clock here, and then do.
And then Monday night, are we going to do 7:30?
7:30. I think that's a good
Eastern time.
It gets everybody to eat and get everybody out their way. And then Friday, I'm thinking 7-ish. We'll do crafts. I want Izzy to come on and talk about, Hanukkah and all the foods that she makes.
Shannon, can you see Tilly?
I can't see Tilly. I don't know why.
Are you on live chat?
Oh yeah, I can't see her. I've unblocked her everywhere I can.
Did you look at your Google account?
I have to go try to do it again. I did no one blocked there. One like muted. I don't even know. Oh, see, look, Mel is ready for some drag race. Me too, girl. I've seen my queens. And I from them. I really, especially the big ones. I want to learn to dress like them. Like I want to put a sequins dress on with my fat ass and go to the store. With my boobs hinged up. And, I do. I would go to Kroger. I don't care. I would go to Kroger looking like a complete drag queen. And people would say, yeah, I thought so. No, they wouldn't. But I love, like, Ginger Minge. Oh, my God, Eureka. I'm serious. Anyway. All right. It's now 10:41. Go to bed, people. Get out of here. Get out. I
Love
love
to
you
the
all for showing
chat.
up. Yes, Lisa. Thank you, Iridium. Thank you, Sass. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, my moms.
See
Love
you Friday,
guys.
people.
Bye.
Bitches.